She said with anger in her voice, to which Jungkook sighed and said, he was not able to complete his sentence, as Wayne cut his sentence and said, I have already warned her not to bully anyone, but I don't know why she don't understand. Is it good thing to bully anyone? I just punched her because she'd started before. She said, explaining why she punched her, and Jungkook said, Wayne again cut Jungkook's sentence and said, Wayne again didn't let Jungkook to complete his sentence and said, I was not going to give you lecture, but at least let me complete my sentence. It's not good to cut anyone's sentence. He said, to which Wayne just rolled her eyes. Wayne and Jungkook both are in relationship from 2 years. Wayne is the bad girl type and Jungkook is a good boy. Wayne have anger issues and Jungkook always calm her down whenever she is angry. Wayne always tells school's bully not to bully others, but she never takes this serious. Whenever Wayne tried to tell her not to bully others, they end up fighting with each other. And that's what happened now. And Jungkook is trying to tell her that fighting is not a solution of problems. He said and she nodded and they both left to class. Now Wayne is finding Jungkook and she knows where to find him. Library. Exams are near and he must be studying in library in free classes too. She went to library and there she saw him looking for a book in bookshelf. She sighed and went near him and said, she said with widened eyes. He said and shook his head and went towards table with Wayne following him. She said and sat beside Jungkook on chair. And I know your tomorrow won't come till one day before exams. He said and Wayne smiled innocently and said, No, I'll try to start from tomorrow, but please let's go somewhere. I don't want to study. I want to spend some time with you. I'm already bored. She said excitedly, Okay, we will go together, but after studying at least 1 hour. She said a little loud, which disturbed everyone around them, and she apologized right away, and again turned to Jungkook and whispered, Because I don't want you to fail, and I'm available now. We can study together. It will be fun, he said, trying to convince her, because their teacher told him to teach her something, as he is a class topper and her boyfriend too. Now stop talking and start studying. We have already wasted 10 minutes talking. Okay, and now we have only 15 minutes left for study. He said, confused, not understanding what she wanted to say. First, you said we have 1 hour to study, and then we will go to amusement park. And now 10 minutes have passed, and we have only 50 minutes left now. My maths is good, she said proudly and flipped her hair and smiled widely. And Jungkook just shook his head and said, "Okay, now please stop eating my brain and let's study. 50 minutes. Don't waste it now." He said and started to open his books, and Wan also nodded and opened her book, but as soon as she opened her book, she yawned and she looked at Jungkook and pouted. But Jungkook didn't look at Wan. Wan sighed and started to study. But these 50 minutes were like 1 year for Wan. She kept yawning while studying, but whenever she don't understand anything, she asked Jungkook and he tell her how to do. Now finally 50 minutes are over, and exact after 50 minutes she closed her books and said, "Now 50 minutes over, let's go. I don't want to hear any other excuse now," she said while closing Jungkook's book, and Jungkook sighed and nodded and they both left. She said to herself and trying to contact Jungkook, but it's been 1 hour since she is trying to call him, but he is not picking up. She again said and called him, but he again didn't pick her call, and then she said looking at phone screen, Jungkook is sitting in his room, busy with his study and books. How can someone be this busy while studying? Well, Jungkook can. Jungkook was studying peacefully when he heard sound from window side. He thought it's his imagination, so he ignored it. And then again, he thought it must be cat. But after 1 minute, he got disturbed and stand up and went towards window and shouted when he saw a figure. She said a little loud. He stopped shouting and opened his eyes, but soon narrowed his eyes when he saw Wine and said, he said confused, still didn't understand. He said and started to find his mobile. He stopped after he found his mobile and saw Vian's 94 missed calls. He smiled nervously and looked at Vian, who was glaring him. He said making cute face. She sighed and said, she said and he nodded and again went towards his books. She said teasing him, but he pouted and said, he said closing his box and put it in bag and placed it aside. She said back hugging him. She said and Jungkook smiled secretly and changed the topic and said, She said, to which Jungkook nodded, and they both started to talk about random stuff while cuddling.